Oh god, this title screen is awesome. Spark the Electric Jester 2. What an incredible game. After the success of the first game, there was no doubt that Lifeformed would make a sequel, and within a few months, he got to work. This time in 3D, which gives this game so much potential, but it also has its downsides. If you haven't seen my video covering Spark 1, I highly recommend it as I cover the story, gameplay, and characters of the first one, and of course, spoilers ahead for the first game and this one. Oh, the title screen. The Versus Fark music from Spark 1 was remade, and it's so good, and it unmuffles once you get to the file select screen. Oh, it's beautiful. Waking up in a lab, this time we follow Spark's robot counterpart, Fark. Fark controls really smooth in 3D, and his moveset being changed to 3D actually turned out really incredible. Fark can dash, he has a double jump, he has a signature attacks and a special meter, and this time a charge boost to get him to high speeds quickly. And of course, because it's a 3D platformer, he has a homing attack. With combat being a bigger focus in this game, we have new moves with light and heavy attacks as well as your special meter attacks. You also have a shield to block attacks and parry if your timing is right. But with the higher focus on combat encounters also includes a reimagined series of Jester powers. Fark can equip these Jester powers, which is new for his character. This includes powers such as the giant hammer, an energy sword, a fucking bike, a full power suit, and a Shadow the Hedgehog ripoff. I mean, just look at him. He even skates like him. The levels themselves are styled like Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 levels, with several paths that all lead towards one goal. But unlike the adventure games, these levels have a greater focus on slopes, speed, and combat. As I go through the story and game itself, I'll go into detail about all the levels. The game opens with a monologue by Fark describing himself and his purpose, how he was supposed to backstab Freon and take the force down from the inside. But he failed his mission as it was Spark who defeated Freon in the end. Fark contemplates his life as he doesn't know who he truly is or what his purpose is going forward. That is until he wakes up with the doctor. The doctor offers to dig through Fark's code to see who Fark is, and then the doctor is kidnapped. FM City is the opening stage, which is a retake on stage 1 from the first game. This city is absolutely huge, with a wide area of towers full of red, orange, and a bright sunny sky. The major chunks of land we traverse are full of enemies, and we use ramps, loops, and major roadways to push forward. This first stage acts as a big playground for you to understand Fark's controls and get a great sense of speed. After one final loop, we end the level with a few more enemies and the goal thingy. After level 1, we see that this time we have a world map to let us choose our levels, which is so incredibly nice compared to the first game, as we can finally go back and replay levels whenever we want. FM Downtown is our next stage, and this stage is quite different. Rather than being all open, this stage felt more closed off and quite short, as I was able to get a platinum and gold speed medal on my first run. This really shows the different types of levels there are in this game, with some being more speed and action based, while levels like these are meant for exploration. I should also talk more about the different medal types in this game. For each stage, there are 4 medals you can earn along with hidden artwork. 2 levels of speed medals and 2 levels of score medals. I can assume you already know how to earn each, and you can view the speed and score requirements on the level select screen. The hidden artwork, on the other hand, you really have to go out of your way for. I mean, look at this jump in stage 1 I did just to get this hidden piece of art. Back to FM Downtown. This level is more underground and underwater, with more obstacles and enemies to fight. The level has the same textures as FM City, but more blues, maroon reds, and purple. There's also a lot more areas to explore and secrets to find, leading to a better combat and exploration stage. The FM City remix also goes so hard, just listen as I speedrun this stage. Fark confronts the robot, who we find out is EJ, who instantly taunts us and calls us pathetic simply because Fark wants to know who he is. Fark asks where the doctor is, but EJ says he'll never find him. He also has orders from Lord Freom to kill us. Wait, Freom? I thought Spark blasted this guy in the last game. Fark then has to fight a giant mech, leading to our first boss fight. And oh, we hear a familiar tune. Fark absolutely demolishes this mech with ease, leading to an encounter with... Oh, it's Romello! In all honesty, I'm kinda surprised he's alive. Romello mentions himself being free of the virus, and that EJ and the doctor were heading towards Technoria City, where Fark follows. Romello then floats up and talks to a new character, Astra, and... Oh god, that is rough. Romello asks if Fark is really a problem, where Astra says yes, and according to Clarity, that Fark could be worse than the big man himself, which we can only assume they mean Freom. She then says we can trust Clarity. Keep this name in mind for this game and the next. Stage 3, Floria Highway. This stage is another speed stage that takes place mostly on, well, a highway. The highway itself contains dash pads, tight turns, big loops, and obstacles to dodge, such as bombs dropping from jets. The strips of highway are broken up with smaller platforming segments full of enemies. You can stand and fight them, or just dash through. The stage itself is full of green scenery, with rolling hills, pine trees, and snowy mountains in the distance. We end the stage by platforming across a part of the road that's under construction, going across these beams with dash pads, and then we fight this wall boss with giant fists to get to the end of the stage. At the end of the stage, we get a glimpse at 3 more villains: Flint, Float, and Double. These 3 drop some more story on us, that apparently Fark's body should not be as powerful as it's made to be, as it's not supposed to hold that much energy. Flint himself says Fark doesn't appear to be a threat. I mean, look at this. No matter, they have to do this job right. Double mentions it was a great fight, fighting for the liberation of robots. Until EJ jumps in and mentions that this would have been way easier with the virus, and tells them to get moving. Double then threatens EJ that they don't take orders from anyone and kicks him in the face. Call us traitors if you want to, I don't care, but I sense nonsense from a mile away. Stage 4, Floria Plant. Continuing on the green theme, the highway leads us to some kind of thermal energy plant, a stage full of lava. Standing in it will deplete your health fast, so don't. The stage is mostly uphill as Fark has to progress through the plant, jumping over these large lava pits and climbing to the top of the plant. There's all kinds of ramps, enemies to fight, and so many paths to take as well as secrets to find. The stage overall just has a good layout that's so fun to replay. You can run on the walls to avoid major hazards, and you can negate laser damage by using your shield. There's even a part towards the end of the level where you have to use your shield to even get through. And boost jumping is just so satisfying. This stage's song is so good as well. It's pretty groovy and has a deeper, slower approach to it. At the top of the tower, we come across EJ again, who taunts Fark once more. Fark just tries to walk away until EJ mentions that the doctor will die. And now Fark will have to fight the next boss, Turbo Bird. Turbo Bird's boss fight is honestly just really easy. I mean, you just parry all of his attacks, and at his halfway point, he just starts flying around like an idiot. You can parry these attacks too, and with your special meter you can deal out some decent damage. Stage 5, Floresta Blanca. Fark takes his journey through the snowy mountains. This stage is more simple as it really is just one straight line with minor branching paths. The level itself is fun to speedrun due to the slopes, the slightly different paths, and the amount of enemies you have to avoid to get a good time. The amount of enemies and bits to collect made the score medal one of the hardest as I found myself taking damage and losing my streak way too often. The level itself is beautiful, taking place in a foggy, snowy mountain with tall trees surrounding the entire level. There's tons of ramps and slopes you can go off of, and there's these floating seesaws you can balance and then boost off of, and it's just so fun to get huge airtime, though you do have to worry about the hundreds of spikes that litter the stage. We get a glimpse of Flint and Float scoping out an abandoned castle, where Float is given the responsibility of fighting Fark at, as he will come to this castle to get a good view of the surrounding area. Float mentions that Fark is powerful, and Flint doesn't respond at first, before stating he doesn't know. What he does know is that Fark isn't a mass production model. He's a custom model like Float. Yet Fark's special, as his code only matches one other, and that is Freom himself. As Flint walks away, he asks Float if she really lost all of her memories. My last memory is of a room covered in red. But you're right, I do have this feeling that I lost something. Something important. Flint mentions that he trusts that Float is telling the truth, but Double doesn't, as Float doesn't have a reason to fight. She just does. Flint then tells Float to be careful and takes off. Stage 6, Castella Blanca.
This place sure feels haunted. There's no time.
God damn it, I'm back at Pumpkin Hill. This stage reminds me so much of Pumpkin Hill and Sky Sanctuary from the Sonic series, and that's not a bad thing. At first, when I played this stage a few years back, I thought this is a whole lot of nothing burger, but playing it again made me rethink the whole stage, and of course it's a banger. The stage starts off small by showing the giant castle Fark has to climb, and these weird ghost orbs that can be destroyed by parrying them. After a quick runway and a loop, we're thrown into a 2.5D section, and with some basic platforming, we're led to a teleporter. Holy shit, the world's upside down. This level introduces so many cool stage gimmicks, by flipping the stage upside down, roads appearing out of thin air, and this weird blue goop that when touched teleports you back a ways. God, I love you, blue goop. And overall, it's just such a fun level. The speed sections are a blast as always, and the ending just kinda has us falling. Well, rising? I got no idea. Fark reaches the top of the castle where Float has been waiting for him. Of course, she kills the mood by mentioning that the scenery is nothing but illusions from holographic nanomachines. Around the year 200, people started making theme parks such as the castle below them, and this is where most robot life started, except for Float and Fark, who just get to see their ruins. So what? Well, it's just a little fact I've learned from my friends.
Hey y'all, come look at this!
Float then mentions he shouldn't worry about who her friends are, but she's here to kill him. I'm just gonna be honest, this fight took me by surprise at first and kicked my ass.
Oh my god, stop.
Float really tests your parrying skills and makes you pay attention to incoming attacks, and overall it has a good flow. Phase 2 shows her more robotic side as she gets faster and unleashes new attacks. After beating Float, Astra shows up, showing she's been following us. To be really honest, I'm not sure she had any intention to kill you. Fark objects before Astra tells him more. Even though someone says they're going to do something, it doesn't mean they'll do it. Float was one of a kind. Sure, she was working for Freon, but she did everything more for a friend. She had more of a free will, as she wasn't fully a robot. She was a cyborg. Discarded in a trash pit and left behind for years, her mechanical parts kept her alive until being found by Double and Flint. Astra then mentions the doctor should be at the Central Plaza in Technoria City, and Fark takes off. Stage 7, Shantoria Town. Shantoria Town takes place on the outskirts of Technoria City, representing the slums. Basically Detroit. The stage is mostly made out of rusty scrap metal and sheets of scrap holding the slums together. Most of the stage is homes being held up by beams and scaffolding above the void below. It really reminds me of the trailer park from Ready Player One. Man, that was such a cool movie. Running through the stage has Spark dodging a bunch of spinning blades, homing discs, and running through these long strips of road while platforming across these homes. Going for the score medal was quite fun, as I got to boost jump from the houses to find more bits. Even though it's short, it's quite a good stage. Fark makes his way into Technoria City, and it is beautiful. He stares at some advertisements on the wall before it makes contact.
Hey, Vsauce, Michael here.
Fark recognizes the patterns. It's data. It's Clarity. Clarity states that only Fark can stop Freon. Fark then asks what this is all about. Clarity is an intelligence, an artificial intelligence made by Dr. Armstrong to stop Freon. I am his last resort, and I need your help. Fark's communication is cut before watching EJ dash past him, and so he follows. Stage 8, Technoria City. This stage is absolutely stunning, with its bright neon blues, yellows, and reds. Staring into the sky, you can see how tall the buildings really are as traffic flies through the city. Neon trees and advertisements can be found scattered throughout the stage. The stage itself takes a lot of inspiration from Sonic CD's Stardust Speedway, with all the neon lights, long curvy roads, and the music. I don't know how to describe it, but the music just sounds so similar to Stardust Speedway. But the song itself takes a twist and goes even more techno. The stage consists of long roadways and neon holograms that say Technoria Floria Festival. The roads connect to big buildings you platform on, as well as giant pits with springs on metal beams to bounce you across. This stage is so good, absolute peak platforming. Fark finally runs into EJ, who demands where the doctor is. Oh, I don't know. Maybe inside your butt?
And end scene. Great job, everyone.
EJ's fight is actually really fun when you get the timing down. He will strike with 3-hit combos and other flashy lightning attacks. At its halfway mark, his arena starts shooting lightning in between the poles, making sure you keep moving. EJ tries escaping to the top of the tower where he runs into Double and Flint. Double then throws EJ off the tower. Hey, you over there. You're looking for this doctor guy, right? Man, I've killed plenty of his kind back in the day, but I got a little nice surprise for you. The man himself said he would make an appearance. How exciting. The doctor is dead. Fark backs away in fear of Freom's appearance. His new body gives him extreme power, even the ability to incinerate a whole city in the blink of an eye. Now I know you are here because of your name. And I have the answers you seek, Jester. My real name is Unit 1. And yours is Unit 2. You are my creation. With that, Freom disappears. Double mocks the encounter as a family reunion, and then tells Flint to leave, where Double challenges the Jester then and there. Double's fight is a test of power and timing. Double himself doesn't move much, but he attacks in rapid succession. And at his halfway mark, he only gets faster, unleashing powerful blasts followed by swift blade strikes. And, oh my god, it's a new vocal track. Even though his health bar is depleted, Double still tries to get a few more hits in before collapsing. Astra and Romalo find something unexpected. A spare body. Freom's spare body. It wasn't really Freom himself in person, rather, it was remotely controlled. Both are left shocked as to why he would do this, before Astra says they have a job to do. Stage 9, Terminal Dragon. This is a short stage as Fark boards a train heading somewhere. The only thing we can see is a giant tower the train tracks are heading towards over the ocean. And all we know is we have to get to the front of the train. This level is full of lasers and speedy platforming. Think quick with your shield, otherwise you're gonna be stopped dead in your tracks. The train has a mini-boss at the end. Oh hey, it's a terminal dragon! Otherwise, there's not much else to say about this stage other than it's fun. Stage 10, Scariastropolis. I hope I pronounced that right. This stage takes place in what looks to be a giant trench/military base that's surrounding the tower. Staring into the sky, we can see we're getting closer to said tower, but we also notice the cannons are pointed upwards, possibly aiming at something? The level itself seems to have Asian/Eastern themed influence with its architecture and music design. There's bullet trains that you have to avoid, smaller cannons that shoot fire, and the amount of red and gold mixed with the textures just make this one of the most beautiful stages to look at. There's even Zen gardens scattered throughout the level. By far, this level has the most branching paths and alternative routes, making it one of the most fun levels to replay. During my score medal run, I also noticed the increase in enemy difficulty. Where most enemies took 1 to 3 hits to destroy, they soon became 4 to 8 hits. And just because I love the level so much, here's a short part of it. Stage 11, Titanic Tower. Oh boy. The tower climb is quite fun. There's boosters and speed tunnels to help you go up the ramps, which makes it not a slog having to manually boost up them. There's a little bit of platforming in between the beams and the flat sections, where of course you have some enemies to fight for that score medal. And trampolines. Oh, I wish Lake Fepper just chose one of these random trampolines to just launch you to the sky for fun. And oh, the song. I did not care for it at all, but the longer I listened, the more groovy it got, and it just has such a killer bass line that just makes me In the middle of the tower, Flint just stops before striking Fark down. When asked why he stopped, it's because he believes Fark doesn't deserve a clean death. After all, he is a murderer. My friend, you killed her. You deserve to die today. However, in case I'm the one who dies today, never trust clarity. Oh boy. Oh, you thought double was fast? Flint attacks even faster in rapid succession and moves around the stage. Sometimes he even goes invisible. I'll just let this one play out. And just like that, he disappears. Stage 12, Planetary Stripe. Okay, well now I know two creatures that can breathe in space. The level takes place on a broken piece of the internet stripe that wraps around the planet, floating just a little bit away. A digital-looking roadway leads us with high speeds as we head towards our destination. This stage is pure speed, and I mean it, as there are no enemies to fight at all, leading me to wandering around like an idiot collecting bits to get the score medal. But the speed part is really fun, as you have to use the speed tunnels to keep your momentum going as you platform from strip to strip. And there's this really cool gravity changing mechanic. Trippy. Also, is that the Earth? We seem pretty far away if we're close to the planetary stripe. The Formies live on the moon. This answers a few questions, such as the lunar base stage from Spark 1, but it honestly raises a lot more for me. Stage 13, Hyperwrath Fleet. Man, they really just be letting anyone own a fleet of spacecrafts nowadays, huh? Now, anyone who played Spark 1 would know this is a remake of the level from that game, originally called Mega Raft Fleet. And oh, they did it justice. It is remade beautifully. The vast amount of ships on the outside is just an amazing sight to behold. The insides are filled with enemies, turrets, and all kinds of traps and hazards to try and stop you. And yes, they still have the nuke. They even have the Star Destroyer cannon. The only change to this stage in 3D is that now you run on these appearing paths leading you between the ships. This, by far, is the longest level in the game, and the toughest. It will take you around 5 minutes to complete if you get the parrying down, otherwise it might take you longer. But you need to parry, otherwise you're going to be overwhelmed by enemy attacks and hazards. And yes, if you were wondering, you can parry the Star Destroyer blast. The level itself ends as the ship starts to go down and Fark has to escape. Atop the falling Star Destroyer, Fark runs into a broken EJ. He contemplates his own existence. He was created for one purpose, as if he was only meant to be discarded. Hundreds of EJ bots surround the arena until Astra and Romalo show up, telling Fark he doesn't need to do this, he needs to go back. Astra now knows he's Freom's son and accuses him of wanting to take Freom's place. Fark denies it, but then says there's more to Astra's accusation. Fine, you were supposed to save us all, but circumstances have changed. It was the mission given to you by Clarity. Clarity, huh? Once again, we hear that name. Fark then goes on about how it's always a mission. No one's given the opportunity to think for themselves. I don't trust this Clarity. But he declares otherwise, as everything he does from here on out is his decision. Astra then attacks Fark, declaring he has decided to die. Astra and Romalo. Oh, what a fight. You can't attack Romalo directly, so your focus will mainly be on Astra. Look out though, as both can attack you at the same time and double team you. The arena itself takes place on a Star Destroyer going further into space with the rest of the fleet, and oh, it is beautiful. Just as you're getting her down to her final chunk of health, Astra fuses with Romalo, giving her new attacks and lightning speed. Astra is left laying on the ground as Fark takes off, but something is off. Astra was never really a person, she was a robot, an agent of Clarity. As she dies, Romalo calls for her over and over again as the life fades from her body. Stage 14, Apocalypse Thruster. Remember how in Spark 1 the Megaraph Fortress was sent into space? Well, the ship Fark boarded was heading towards the fortress, where Freom awaits. The level mainly consists of long twisting roadways inside the old fortress, and lots of hazards. I mean double the amount than the Hyperath fleet level. It is a pure test of this game's platforming mechanics, and oh man is it quite fun. There's so many paths, including ones where you just avoid all the hazards in general, and there's so many chances to dash boost, and oh, there are enemies galore. And I guess I should address the elephant in the room. Oh god, there's so much red. The end of the stage has Fark traveling across the thruster of the station itself, and don't enter the thruster's path, cause... And finally, one final stretch takes us to Megarath's main control room. Welcome home, son. Sadly, it won't be here for very long. You see, it all harkens back to my original purpose. I was merely a simple bodyguard, built by the Doctor to protect his greatest creation, the glorious computer known as Megarath. But why would he need such a gargantuan computer? Well, the Doctor had a big plan in mind. The creation of an AI. An AI he named Clarity. From that computer, her mind came to life. However, she wasn't quite so pure. Her programming stated that her goal was to protect all life. But to protect life, she also had to get rid of some pests. That is why I was tasked with ravishing this world. But it was with my failure that I realized the truth. The truth is that Clarity not only plans on eliminating the people, but us robots as well. However, I couldn't just eliminate Clarity. Her code was spread around the planet's network like a virus. To ensure our survival, the only way is to get rid of this planet as a whole. That is why I will be crashing this fortress into the planet's surface, eliminating all existing life and their structures. Join me, son. With you, we should be able to create a new world. A world where every citizen is built for their own purpose, where no life is wasted. Over a mountain of corpses? What is wrong with you? I am not a destroyer like you. That is not who I am. I will put a stop to you no matter what. Ever since the day I was born, all I did was fight. It was only when I met the Jester Spark. Even after all he did, he still looked happy. I want that. I want that happiness too. There is something to care about. There must be. That is why. That's why today, I'm taking you down no matter what. That's unfortunate. Now come, let's see what you're capable of. Freeom's boss fight is nothing short but incredible. Starting with Phase 1, Freom starts off with basic attacks but keeps you moving. The entire arena is surrounded in only what I can describe as digital fire, starting with a slow burn, leaving a scary atmosphere as if the world is burning. All the while, Freom's boss theme is playing in the background. Phase 2, the fire grows brighter, and Freom will start to attack faster. And then Phase 3. The arena is now malice red. Freom himself takes on a devilish appearance with black data seeping out of him. But he is no match for Fark's power. Can you see it now? Can you see why I created you? This is your original body. You see, transferring your consciousness to another body isn't always possible. The doctor understood I could go rogue at any moment, so he gave me a weakness. My central nervous core is deeply tied into my body. Any sort of removal would result in death. That is why I created Unit 2. You. That is who you are. A copy of all my fundamental data. That's not all there is to it. You're hiding something. You're right. You have the power I lack. The power to transform into a more powerful body at will. What? That's impossible! It isn't. You just need a little push. Final boss. A test of the player. A test of Fark's true power. Fark must challenge his own creator in order to surpass him, in order to find his purpose. During the fight, if you manage to take enough damage, you won't die. Riam doesn't want to kill Fark. He wants to train him. He wants him to succeed. He bumps his head and lets him try again. The end is finally here for me. But at least you will carry my legacy. No. The last shot we see is Flint and the doctor, questioning if Fark is still alive. Flint blames the entire situation on him and makes sure to keep an eye on him. After all, they still have one more problem to deal with. Credits roll as Fark's journey is now complete, and we get to see the wonderful cast of characters and enemies this game featured. However, that's not all this game has to offer. On the map screen, if you hit pause, you're offered some more menus, starting with the shop. Straight out of the game, you're given this menu to buy powers and artwork, just in case you don't want to go running through the stages for either of them. And you use your bits you've collected along your journey. And for those that go above and beyond, by collecting all score and speed medals, you are given access to Super Fark as a reward. He can be assigned to any D-pad slot, and while he runs quite stupid, he is a powerhouse when it comes to combat. The gallery is amazing to go through. It's incredible to look at all the concept art that the varying artists and people worked on behind this game. And of course, it wouldn't be a Spark game without the challenge modes. Stage Journey is where you have to beat all stages in a row with no lives. The Jester Journey has you beat the entire game with 5 lives. The same goes for the Electric Jester, but this time, you have no power-ups, you only have basic Fark. And then there's Gladiator Journey, having you beat all bosses in a row with 1 life. And of course, I have to talk about music. I'm in love with this game's soundtrack. The producers and artists for this game made another killer soundtrack. And of course, here are some of my favorite songs with no particular order. This video only scratches the surface of this game, but overall, Spark the Electric Jester 2 is an incredible journey from start to finish. I highly recommend this game if you're a fan of 3D platformers, if you liked the first game, or hell, even if you're looking for something new to try. On Steam, the game is $12.99 USD, and again, I am not sponsored, but I recommend picking this game up whenever you can. As always, thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you guys for making it this far in. I hope you all enjoyed it, and please like the video, drop a comment as I always try to respond, and subscribe for more toast.